Bonjour! Hi there! I'm Teddy and this is an introduction video for Vintage Charlie Sims, my edited version of Charlie Sims, a world for The Sims 3. This video is more or less a tour of the town before and after I modified it. That way you can see the main changes made and the custom content used to make the town look more vintage. The original Charlie Sims has buildings and is populated. Vintage Charlie Sims comes empty, so empty lots and no Sims. But there are more decorative items for the world itself. And most of these are actually custom content, and that custom content is included in the file up for download. Now for the links and for more information on how to download and install Vintage Charlie Sims, you can check the description box below. Also, as this is a modified version of Charlie Sims, you are obviously going to need the original world for this one to work. And now, without further ado, let's begin our tour of Charlie Sims before and after. Charlie Sims is one of 3 worlds by EA, introduced with the first expansion pack for The Sims 3, World Adventures. With this expansion pack, your Sims can use their phones to travel to China, Egypt or France, but none of these are actually main worlds. They are just travel destinations, which means that your Sims cannot live full-time there. But thanks to modders, Charlie Sims was made available for editing in Create a World, and with that tool it is possible to create your own world or modify an existing one and then upload it into your game as a main world. The village of Charlie Sims is located in France, but just like the other 2 travel destinations, it looks more like a cliché or a book-like version of the country it's supposed to be representing. Charlie Sims looks more like a village from the 1950s than nowadays France. You have Vespas, you have oldish outfits, you have oldish names like Berthe, Janine, Evelyn, and all given to younger Sims. And actually, like in every EA's town, the houses and lots in general are huge and rather empty. The map is also quite spread out, and some of the furthest lots quite difficult to access. Plus, for a town named Champs, which means fields in French, it's quite lacking in fields. So I started editing the world in the Create a World tool. I made it more to my taste while keeping that vintage vibe in mind, and the name Vintage Charlie Sims.
Hi, I'm Lily. My aunt Teddy lost her voice, so I'm going to do that part of the video. Vintage Charlie Sims has smaller lots than the original town. But this build version is not the one you get. Unfortunately, due to too much custom content, the buildings cannot be shared. So the world you get is empty. But thanks to custom content creators, even empty, the town is decorated. So you get street signs, curbs, street lights, different fields, and a fake river. If you don't like some of these items, you can easily remove them in-game. And now, back to the tour with Teddy.
Now let's go for a tour of the different areas of vintage Champs-les-Sims. First up, the main village. It's located on either side of the River Kwai and with about 40 lots, among which main square, one with train tracks crossing it, and one spreading over the canal walls, where I built a watermill factory. Then we have the farming area with 8 or 9 lots. There are a few fields, a fake river, and access to the real river. Hamlet and its surroundings, which are mostly woods and fields. There are 7 lots, I think, among which a lot for a tomb from the original Charlie Sims. Next, there is the Plantation and its surrounding woods. There you have 3 lots and 1 decorative sawmill. Finally, the hill and the woods. There you have about 10 lots, most of them with quite a pretty view on the village and landscape across the river. That's it for the tour of what you get when you download Vintage Charlie Sims. Links are in the description box below. I've also included a few pictures of my games in the file so that you can see what I placed where. But once again, the town itself does come empty. So I did upload a few buildings separately from the world. 2 of them I made myself, so we have this one, l'étendue d'eau. The version you get is a bit different because it's CC free. So this one is my version in my game. And it's to be placed between those 2 stretches of the fake river. The second one is a mini tomb. So it's Les Grottes de Padisco, and you need some items from around the Sim 3. They are all from the same set, and they are mostly rocks. So for it to work properly. Then we have 3 lots from the original Champs les Sims. First one is this tomb, so I haven't changed them in any way, those 3 lots. So they are like just like in the original Champs les Sims. So this tomb. Then we have a campground, the camping ground, that you can place here. And then we have another tomb. This one is a hidden tomb, so you need to have cheats on to be able to place it. So first, testing cheats enabled true, and then enable lot locking true. And the lot is going to appear, and then you can place the tomb there. And then when you go back to your gameplay, it's going to work like it's supposed to. That's it for this introduction video of vintage Champs les Sims. If you download the town, don't forget to read the README file and the list of requirements. A big thanks to all the creators of the lovely custom content. Without it, that would look quite bizarre. Well, that's it. See ya. À bientôt.